What's going on, Fortnite? It's your boy E. So this video we're gonna be showing you how to loot Craggy Cliff, the best tips and everything you need to know. 20 chests, 88 possible items, 11 locations. It's good on stone, wood, respawn ban, 3 campfire, and an upgrade machine. Let's go. Alright, we're going down, but before we go, let me show you something. If you're coming in and you miss your jumping spot, you don't know where you're going, you didn't do it right, there's a few locations that you can look at while you're coming down here, maybe to help your teammate out or peek. Let me go. If you land up there, there's a chest by that car, 2 items inside that truck, an item over there, a chest over there by that tree, chest in that boat, 2 items in that beach, campfire and an item there, boat, item, campfire there, 3 items over there by that truck. Alright, we're coming in and the first thing we're going for is the restaurant, the most important building and the one that controls the whole location. Depending how you see it, obviously a skill of the player has a lot to do. If you're doing a squats, this is the building you want to go for, and probably those 2 over there, including that one, and you control all of these over here because that's where the loot is at. Anyway, if you land solo, this chest right here in the attic by the flag on the back is the one to go for at the beginning. Now there's another way that you can land down there, but you just want to avoid confrontation at all and just get some good loot before you start shooting, then you probably want to go for here. After you get this chest, I will turn around right away and peek. There's usually 2 items laying right here, so you gotta peek a player breaking those walls or going for that chest. If you don't see anybody going in, there's another chest there, talk about in just a second. You can peek back here and see if somebody's coming in late. You know, make sure that nobody is looking at you with a sniper. Be careful with the island over there. Get shot from far. You can sneak back here, look, take a look. There's 3 items, usually 1, 2, and 3 that could spawn here. If it's worth dropping down, you can go for it. If not, just come down. You can just break this floor right here. And now if you break the floor, you're able to peek this chest if a player is rushing in. Now if you jump down here, there's usually an item there, an item here, ammo box there, ammo box over there, item there, item here. Jump down, there's nothing right here, so you don't gotta worry about that. There's usually another item here and another item here. There's a couple barrels here that can give you some health, some shield before you get into a fight. Now before we go down to the main stairs here, I gotta show you 3 hiding spots, right? So we're coming over here, break this wall in the corner right here next to this back balcony, and you're gonna find 2 items here. This floor right here is the top of the bathroom, so you can also peek and see if you want to get the item down there. The same goes for this side. So it is exactly the same thing on both sides. Doesn't mean it is always going to be there, but it could be. An item here, so another item here in the bathroom. So it's like around 32 items that you can get, 3 chests, so it's really good for a squad. Maybe not the whole squad, but 2 guys come in here. Another secret spot right here is this location right here by the stairs. It is hidden. Not everybody knows about it. Most of the time, you will be the one that loots it. Now, if you shoot this floor, you'll be able to peek this chest. I don't think they'll be expecting it right away. They'll be listening to it, but you can peek it if a player's coming in late. There'll be an item here in front of the stairs, an item on each side when you get out, right? It's the same thing. Now if you break this wall right here before you go down the steps, there could be an item right there. I found a lot of good items right here. You can get it from below through the main entrance too. Anyway, you jump down here and you got the tables on the right, tables on the left. There will be an item on the table, an item on the floor, an item right in the middle of the back doors here, and again an item on the table, an item on the floor. You go to the kitchen, you have an item on each side, usually an item there, an item here, those 2 barrels there. the chest right here. The next thing is the main entrance, but before we go to the front, you gotta see this too. You can jump down the back, and there's a few rocks there that you can mine. You can also escape. There's a boat over there. You can see it. There's 2 more boats that way, another boat to the west. Items on each side as you come in through the main doors. An item at the top of the steps here, another item behind the bushes. Another thing to keep in mind, if you're going for this chest over here by the window, you want to break this wall, then drop down and maybe get it, right? Now these are 2 ways of coming in. Now if you decide to come in through here, it'll be a disaster. You gotta break besides that, right? Keep in mind, you cannot place a floor right here if you get into a fight or something. You have to break this one too, because you cannot get in through here. It is not possible to get in through there. You gotta break this and then drop down. So you're losing time. You might as well break this, get the item that's right here on this floor, and then drop down. Now, another way of coming in is to go around and land right here, right? You land right here, and all you gotta do is rush, maybe get the items around you, rush through that chest, break 2, 3 things. Remember, there'll be a chest right above you, so you can go for that, or there might be a player going for that already, but it will give you enough time to get to that chest on the window. And that is all you need to know for the restaurant. Now let's move on. The next spot I want to cover is Abandon over here. It doesn't have a lot of loot inside, but it is a really good point. It's high ground, it can cover everything in this location. So whether you're alone or not, you gotta see if you gotta sacrifice something to land here, not get as much loot, but probably get a few shots early on. Anyway, depending on which side you land, you pretty much give away your location. If you land over here and break this, the people at the house, the restaurant over here, will not be able to tell where you landed. Now, if you break this one, you'll be giving away your location to them, but these guys over here won't know that you're here. Might be able to peek and kill them, right? So it is important every time you land at the top, make your decision. Now, you find a chest right away as you come in. You go down, it is really tight, not recommended to fight, so only 1 player should be able to land here. There's an item here, usually another item around the bed. You go down, you find a few more items, 1 there, 1 by the stairs, and there's usually an item back here. It could be anything, right? Campfire, ammo box, and that is pretty much it. It is a really important point. If you are getting into a fight from the distance, somebody can stay back here and get some easy knocks, as it is the highest point right here. The next location we are going for is the bar, and whether you come down and you land on it or you rotate from abandon, which I usually do a lot of times if I decide to land there because somebody beat me to the restaurant, then you want to come straight for the chest on top. You will be able to tell right away if somebody's in here. You can hear them. There's a chest right below us if you are rotating instead of, right? You can peek somebody coming in trying to get that if you didn't land there. So there's a chest up here, usually an item right here. It is really tight, so you want to loot this quickly and not get into a fight in here. There's usually an item inside of each of these rooms on top of the bed, an item here right in front of that chest, and another item right out here. This is the 2nd floor. There's 2 items usually out here. There could be none, so keep that in mind. It doesn't mean it'll always be there. The main floor over here, usually there's an item back there, and then we go down to the bar. The bar usually has a few items laying around, so you can see ammo box there. I've never seen anything under the stairs, but there's a chest in the bathroom. So 3 chests, usually good enough for 2 players to land on of the same team. It's kind of hard to fight if you gonna get into a fight. This is probably the best floor for any of the players. In here it's just a 50-50. The next spot right here, it is the meat shop right here. There's a meat shop down below. It is another control point for the team. If you're doing squats over here, it is important. Pretty much the west side of this location is what matters. Whoever lands over there won't find much, and they won't have any high ground at all. even if you do land on that clock, there's not much there to do. Anyway, you come in, no matter which way you break it, both will go. There's no attic but the second floor with a chest, little room with some items laying around, ammo box, another item in that room there. Now, keep in mind, you cannot go straight down through the inside. You either go down through the back, which wastes times, or you break right away. So make up your mind as soon as you loot, you want to break the floor, jump down. Now, this is a little bit bigger than the bar house over there. You have more space to get into a fight. You have the second chest here with a few items. Another room with an item. There's not much to do out here. Nothing. I've found nothing out there except that you can come out the back and loot some of the rocks after you're done, right? Killing. Anyway, to go down one more floor, you check that room. You go down one more floor before we hit the meat market, and it's like a little restaurant here. You got ammo boxes, some items laying around here. Keep in mind, usually behind every counter there's an item. It is hard to remember exactly the position of the others, but it is good if you're choosing a spot to land on right away. Anyway, you come down, there's nothing outside most of the time. There's usually some item laying on the floor. You can check the back here, see if you find an ammo box there. Come over here, there is a chest, right? This is the meat market. Now, the next location that we're doing is the mini market, and the mini market is connected to the meat market through this hidden spot that I'll show you. Now just keep going straight to it. Now this little mini market over here, right, with the little house on top, I'll say it is a secondary location. I don't recommend it to land on. If you're surrounded, you're pretty much just better off waiting for them to move around because you have nowhere to go. Anyway, you have a chest up here, usually an item up there. Come down to the floor, you get an item here. Keep going down to the mini market and you'll find an item back here, right connected with the meat shop. So it is a good spot to rotate through, if that's where you want to go next. Now, another thing to keep in mind is, remember, that's the meat shop. That's what I call it. You call it whatever you want. Mini market, the garage part of it, right? If you do come straight out of the bar, you can break this floor right here and go straight for that chest, right? And rotate like that. Maybe put up some walls. It's not a bad rotation. Alright, the next location right here, within this location, it is the clock. I think this is a last resort, definitely a secondary thing. You don't want to go for it right away. I mean, the chances of you not finding anything are great. You get an item here, if you're lucky. I mean, if you have teammates landing around you that you can rotate to them quickly after you loot, that's fine. But you won't have a lot of materials, and if you do decide to go for the materials, you might end up getting shot if you break the wrong wall or something. You get this chest here, the item up there. It is good for high ground, but that's about it. There's usually an item down here. Not much to do after that. That is about it. So let's go straight into the fish shop right away. Now the fish shop, close to the house, convenient if you're landing together. It is not too bad, not too crazy with the loot. So keep that in mind. You know, you get probably 3 items down here. Sometimes there is an item down there or an ammo box. Fishing rods if you need to. You know, an item behind the counter, like I said, and this one chest right back here. Should be a secondary location. I do not recommend it as landing right away. A lot of the players that you face will probably have better loot than you. Okay, alright, the next building that we're going to look at is the ATM building here. Now you can come straight through and land here. Definitely not something to rely on. There's only one chest here, but you can find some good items down below. There's like 2 items that you can look. Definitely an ammo box there sometimes. Move along. Now if you do decide to camp out, there is a hiding spot right back here, right? And that is the ATM. That is it. It should be secondary unless you're trying to loot these 3 houses together, right? 1, 2, and 3. The next house is chipping right here. That's what I call it. The chipping department. There's usually a chest right above that you can go for. Usually an item right here, right? Then you come down. There's an item there. Keep going down. Oh, this is the storage. Never mind. This is the storage room, not the chipping one. I got confused. Anyway, there's only 1 chest there, 2 items down here. There's nothing here. Chipping is right here. It looks just like it. Alright. The same thing. Come in from above. Good thing about it is you do have protection, right? You can try to peek even though you don't have high ground, so keep that in mind. The only thing you gotta worry about that is somebody coming in late or landing on one of those spots that I showed you earlier. Anyway, you come get your chest, go down. There is plenty of metal here to get you some, you know, for the upgrade machine, which is the next location. The other chest, it is back here, and there's nothing hidden besides 2 hidden locations that are back here. I forgot to mention. One there, one there. That's about it. 3 boats, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. The last location here is like a garage, you know, little office here. There is a chest up there, usually an item there, ammo box right there, and usually a chest right here, whether you land on it or you bring it down, up to you. Now this want to be one of the last spots that you come in, or at least not the very first, because you want to take advantage of upgrading this, right? And you want to have materials. Anyway, that is pretty much it for this location. Let me know if you like what you see, if you want some more. I think that covers everything that you need to know. I searched for every hidden spot around, broke every floor, everything. Didn't find anything worth it. At the end of the day, not a lot of people come here when I'm playing solo. I've seen some more in duos, definitely in squads. And I believe the squads that dominate that area of this location can take it. That location over there has a good point to peek the band, just like this one. And there's not much loot around here. Alright guys, see you on the next one.